What is good, beautiful human? I hope you're doing well. It is almost Thanksgiving, so happy early Thanksgiving. Today's chat is going to be about resonance, and we'll also have themes of gratitude because it is the season, and I think staying in a mindset of gratitude just brings more things to be grateful for, and it's not a buzz phrase. It is exactly how it works. So, resonance. I was thinking earlier how there was one day I never played Sims again. And if you know Sims, it's a computer game. It's a role play game where you're building lives and characters. You can build homes. You basically can do the whole, virtual family thing online. And it's cool. It's cool for kids where you feel like you're oppressed by these adults and older siblings and you're like, I just need, I just need an escape here. And yeah, I poured so many hours, so much life into Sims. I couldn't even tell you how many hours. And then one day I just didn't play it again, It just wasn't in resonance anymore. And wow, when we really think about that, think about all of the things in your life that you just loved and you just stopped at one point. Maybe there was no fallout, no dramatic ending, no, nothing like that. It just didn't resonate anymore. Or if you go back and listen to music when you were a kid, I don't know. So I'm 32. I've been an adult now for 14 years. It was very much like when I was listening to music, it was all about the emo music, the scene music, and a lot of that stuff was really depressing. It was written for oppressed teenagers, basically, or teenagers that were like failing with love, all this stuff. So, I've gone back and listened to stuff and I'm like, am I okay? Was I okay? And I was not okay back then. No, I was not. So it makes sense why I found comfort in that kind of music, because it validated my experience, right? And I think we're very fortunate if we have the muscle of reflecting on our lives and trying to be real. Because one thing I'll note is with all these things that we love so dearly, we poured so much, we resonated so much, and one day we just don't resonate anymore. There's a beauty to that. There's such a beauty to that. It can be painful. It depends on how you look at it, right? Just like everything in life. I think the most beautiful things are also the most painful. Death, I think is, I know it's crazy to say, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I think death is beautiful. I think death is beautiful for a lot of ways. I want to go on a tangent because I can do that sometimes, so I'll try to stay focused. But I think death is beautiful. I think if you have just lost someone, though, it is not beautiful. It is painful. It is ugly. It is probably the worst pain you'll experience in your life, at least the worst pain I've experienced so far. I haven't gone through that much grief. I've lost 2 people that I was emotionally really close with. One was a good friend and one was a sibling. And there have been other people in my life, but no real emotional connection. So it just doesn't hit the same. It makes you think about life, right? And how fleeting it is and stuff like that. But I think, yeah. So this idea of resonance, sorry, I had a thought that I was going to come back to, and then I got sidetracked, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep going. Like I said in a recent video, I'm just going to keep these going. I've been not having the best flow of thought lately. So I haven't been posting the videos because I've had these moments, but we're just going to post it, We're just going to be human, be real, and get out of the self-critical mindset. So, yeah. So if there's anything in your life right now that you really love, try to love it fully, because you never know. Death is one thing, death is final, but shoot, there's so many times where we just don't resonate anymore and things just die, whether it's like, you know, I mean, you can think of anything. And that connection, it doesn't mean the connection didn't matter or it wasn't worthwhile. It's just the nature of reality. You know, if we're not in resonance anymore, we're not in resonance anymore. So appreciate things that you have in your life now. I'm not trying to just be silly. I mean it. Like, really appreciate, because that's your life, right? Where you give attention, you give your life. These things that are resonant with you, they're helping you heal. They're helping you on your path. They're helping you. They're supporting you, basically. Even if it's not a person, even if it's like an interest you have. Because I think one of the worst pains in life, and this is how I've grown in life. I think, gosh, I'm so stubborn. I don't know if you're the same. I feel like I'm so stubborn sometimes that like, the only way I learn is through like immense pain. I wish I could learn through just watching, just watching other people do stuff, or, just having the, the intellectual ability to just, I don't know, be a robot, I guess, not be human. But, yeah, there's so many things in life that we should just be grateful for. I kid you not, I was just about to circle back to, oh my gosh, this is, it just is what it is. Doing these videos, it's a skill. It's a skill to be able to do it. So if you're not practicing the skill, it just kind of fades. Oh, I remember now. Okay, so what I was going to say is the thing with resonance is we will also resonate with things that don't serve us, patterns that we should break to change our reality. But I think when resonance comes and we experience it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's when you vibe with someone or something, or you just have a natural inclination to it and you're just vibing. That resonance is something to, I'm not going to say dismantle. You don't want to get, so there's like a nuance to it. It depends on what it is. If it's like a hobby, just go for it. But if you find yourself, I would say, especially if you have dynamics that you're trying to work through in yourself personally, if you vibe immediately with people, I would try to feel what's going on, feel mentally what's going on, feel emotionally what's going on, and feel physically what's going on. Because you can have instant resonance with people that are mimicking and will be a pattern repeat. And that instant resonance doesn't necessarily mean it's going to lead you to really good things. It just means that it resonates with where you are now. But if you can put a little space, especially when you have like this instant vibe situation going on, this has happened to me a lot. So I can speak to it, where I will be in a season where I've tried to understand myself and my patterns, and then I have instant resonance, and then I seem to replay patterns. So I've gotten good at acknowledging what instant resonance, or trying to step back a bit and decipher what's going on. Because you will know. And life is always asking you to evolve. Always asking you to evolve. We have so many opportunities, but we cannot evolve unless we choose differently. And it doesn't take much, it's like it takes a lot of upfront work, but in creating the space, and then it becomes almost like a muscle you're building, right? So it's not a lot of work once you actually do it. It's just a lot of work while you're thinking about doing it, or you're not aware that you need to do it. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, how cool. How cool to resonate with something and it giving us support in this life, and to appreciate it. And how cool to not do the same pattern again, when life presents it to us. I don't know. I'm a little spacey today. I don't know, guys. But thanks so much for watching. That's it is what it is. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope you have a lovely holiday, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care.